Inspecting objects using the console. The console is very useful for inspecting objects. So if you have objects in your code, you can use the console to inspect it. And it is a very useful way of inspecting your objects at any point in time in your code. So let's look at an example of how you can use the console to log or inspect objects. So let me make an object and call it user. And in this user, then you have name, which will be the key. And then the value can be John, and then add age of 30 to it. Now, I can console log this user. And if you look at it, you can see this. The object has a name and an age. Here, there's no place where I'm specifying that it's an object, but the console understands that what I'm trying to log is an object, and it's telling me what it contains. You can see it. Now, in the console, I can even click the object to expand it and see its property. So if I click this part, you can see this John, age is 30, and name is John. And you can see the prototype that it is an object. There are so many things, a bunch of things that is connected to it, but you can see that the values are the most important and the prominent one that can allow you to, see the property of whatever it is that you want to get from your code. So let's move on and talk about the console.table method. Use console.table method to display data in a table format. If you have data that you want to display in a table format, use the console.table format in order to display it. Let's look at an example. So let's make an array that contains 3 elements. Now I have this. Now I now want to use the console.table method, console.table method, and pass in my data, users. And now, boom, if you look at the editor, my console, you can see it. So the index represents the key, the key. Then here is the properties, name and age. You can see it. You can see that this is displayed as a table. If I have multiple of these, then it will continue to add them to what I already have. So I think I have like 12. I'm missing something actually. Okay, I'm missing comma here. After the last element, I'm supposed to be putting comma. Here I need comma as well. Now, if you look at it, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see each of the property, name and age. So this is how you can use the console.table method to display data in a table format. You can see that table makes it much more easier to debug array of objects because of the way it will list out the value. Now, what are some debugging tips that you should know? Instead of guessing, professionals actually check for facts by logging out a value to understand what is wrong, or especially or the actual part or point where something went wrong in their code. Now, beginners often guess what the value is. Professionals log the value and confirm it. So if your code is not working, do not guess. Use console.log in order to log the value so that you can confirm that what you think is wrong is actually wrong. Now let's look at next breakpoints, watch, and scope. Logging is powerful. Logging is actually printing out all the things I've been showing you I've been logging, I've been printing out values. But sometimes you need to pause code execution. Now, sometimes when you need to pause code execution, you can use next in order to achieve this in your code. And also we have breakpoints, we have watch, and we have scope as part of this way of pausing and inspecting what is really happening in your code. Now, breakpoints let you pause JavaScript code and inspect what is really happening. That's the purpose of breakpoint. And it is the most powerful debugging technique after the console. So what exactly is a breakpoint? A breakpoint pauses code execution on a specific line. So you can add a breakpoint if you want your code to pause on a specific line. Then when the code stops, you can inspect variable and step through the code line by line to understand what is wrong. Breakpoints are set inside the browser developer tools. So you do not get values when using breakpoint, you see them.